it's time to create level 1. This is going to be quite an easy task, as we can see here, we've already created a level. The template level has everything in it that constitutes a level. We've got our enemies, we've got our player, we've got our hazards, we've got our scoreboard, and we've got our exploding dynamite. Okay, so that is a level, not a very good level, but it is a complete level. So, as you have all the skills now to create a level, feel free to create your own level. I'm going to do it now just for completeness' sake, so follow me if you feel that you need a reminder of anything. But there is going to be nothing new in this section. It's just going to be sort of cutting and pasting, duplicating nodes and building out our level. So have a go at it yourself if you feel up to it. If not, I'm going to do it now and you can follow along with me. We're going to make use of inheritance in order to save ourselves a bit of work creating our level and indeed in creating our subsequent levels. But before we do that, we've got to change a few things in the template scene so that we can make an inherited scene. And when I say change things, I mean delete things that are going to be different in our game, okay? Because we won't be allowed to change anything that is inherited from a parent. So we need to delete everything that is going to be different in our level 1 and just keep the things that are going to be consistent. So we're going to keep our player, keep our scoreboard, keep our GUI, keep our dynamite plunger, and keep our door. Everything else has got to go and be re-instanced when we make our level 1. So let's get on with that. I'm in my blocks folder and I've clicked block, and I'm just going to hold down shift, click the block at the bottom. That's all my blocks, and then I'm going to go Command X. That gets rid of all my blocks. Got to get rid of this hazard, so I just select it, Command X, get rid of the battery, Command X, and get rid of the exploding box, Command X, and get rid of this crab here. Okay, I'm going to just bring everything else together at the end so that I can move it later and bring the player down here. So, my level template now has the GUI, the player, the end of scene portal, the dynamite plunger, and the door. And that is it. I don't know why it says door 2 there. I'm going to get rid of that. Let's bring them all together to make them look a bit neater. And that's it. So this is what we're going to inherit from when we make our scene. So I'm just going to save that. Now I'm going to go down and I'm going to find this level template in the scene tree. Sorry, in the file system. Level template. And I'm going to right click it. So that's control click on a Mac. And I just go new inherited scene. And here's my new inherited scene, and you'll see it's unsaved. So I go Command S into levels, and I'm going to call it level 1.scene and save. You'll see everything's yellow now, and that means it's inherited from the parent scene, the level template. Okay, it still says level template up there, so let's change that to level 1. And we can start building our scene. So I'm going to start with the world. So I'm going to click on blocks, and then just the same as we've done before, I'm going to instantiate one of each of the blocks. So I've got block 1, block 2. So I've got block 1 and block 2. So block 1, do the same thing for block 2. Block 1. Again with the blocks folder as the parent, instantiating block 2. Now I've got 3 blocks, and it's just an exercise in copying and pasting to build our world. Godot does provide nodes which make our level building very easy, but that is really a job for our iterative improvements once we've got our game up and running and published. Okay, we've only got 3 blocks at the moment, so we wouldn't need to use something such as a tile map. So I'm just going to do this the easy way and just cut and paste. This is the simplest, easiest way to do it, and we'll look at the more complicated ways in a later section. So I've got block selected there, but if I mouse over it, it's going to identify any number of things. So the trick to move what I want to move is to come over here and select it and then hold down Alt. If I do that, you'll see I'm moving the block that I've selected. So I'm going to move it to the bottom of the screen, and then I'm going to click on block 1, move that. I've got snapping on, you'll see up there. So turn it off if you prefer to do it that way. Select block 2, hold down Alt, and I've picked out block 2. All right, let's zoom in. That looks good. Now I'm going to hold down Shift, select all my blocks, and go Command D to duplicate. Now, click and drag. And I've got 6. Do the same thing again, Command D, click and drag, and I've got 9. So I'm going to start with a fairly flat platform there. Good afternoon. It's James here from the future, only slightly into the future, but it occurs to me that having spent the whole morning demonstrating painstaking clicking and dragging or clicking and duplicating of tiles, there's a quicker way to do it. You can box select. You need your arrow to be off the objects themselves and in a blank space. Then you just click and drag, making sure that you select the origins of each of the objects, okay? If you do it off the origin, won't work, but just click and drag, selecting the origins of the objects you want to move or duplicate, and then you can move or duplicate them. Command D, look at that. Much, much quicker. Okay, back to the present. Now I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy all of this. So I'm holding down Shift, clicking them. Command D, move them over there. And now I am going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So click off of them. 1, 2. Sorry, I'm holding down Shift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Command D to duplicate. Click and drag. Put them up like that. And then I'm going to put 4 on the top. So this 4 here. So click off it. Shift click. 1, 2, 3, 4. Command D. And move it up like that. All right, that's my first section done. Going to move over. And I'm going to put another 9 blocks along here. Shift D, click and drag. Now I'm going to make a little platform. So I'm going to take 3 blocks. 1, holding down Shift, 2, 3, Shift D, click and drag, and bring them up like that. I might adjust this later because I want to get one from there, Shift D, click and drag, and put it there. And I want it to be kind of in line with that one there. And I want to do another one at the other end. So select that, Command D, click and drag. What I want to do now is I'll just move my door to the end. Just move my exploding detonator to the end. And let's instantiate in a block just so that we can see that that is still working. So with level 1 selected, click the little chain, exploding box, and that is at the bottom, so I will be able to select it. But if it wasn't, I could just do Alt and click it. I'll just put that there to see if it works. I'll just put that there to see if it works. Okay, let's check our level so far. We just want to know if the player can move about and not get stuck. So I'm going to click the clapperboard because remember this isn't our default scene. So click that. There I go. Jump up there, jump up there. Can I get onto there? I can. Can I blow up my TNT? There it goes. And if I get over that, will the door open? Yes, it will. So we're okay so far. All right, let's carry on. Leave that there for the time being. So what I want to do now is make a little underground bit. So I've clicked that one. I've selected that one there, and I go Shift D, click and drag. Do it again, Shift D, click and drag. And one more time, Shift D, click and drag. Now I want a section along the bottom. I want it to be about 12 blocks long. So let me see if I can find 12 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Shift D, click and drag, put it down there like that. Good. Now I want to copy it. So Shift D again, click and drag. I want to put it up here. So kind of level with that section. So I think that is level, isn't it? That looks good. Is that level? Move it up to there. Let's try that. Again, we'll test with the clapperboard. Yeah, so I can get down there, I can get up there, and I can get across there. So that's good. That's good. Right. What I want to do now is have the dynamite plunger down here. So let's work on that section. So again, Shift D and click and drag. And again, Shift D, click and drag. Shift D, click and drag. Shift D, click and drag. And that's good. Let's make a little wall at the back of our game. So I just keep copying and clicking and dragging. And then I'll just hold down Shift, click all of these, Shift D, click and drag, and I've got a wall at the back of my game. I need to fill in this gap here. So how many blocks is that? 1, 2, 3. Shift D, click and drag, and that fits nicely. All right. Here, I want my creative dynamite. So put that there. I'm going to duplicate it. So there are 2 crates of dynamite. And then I'm going to duplicate this wall. So hold down Shift, select them all. Command D, click and drag. Oh, what have I done? I already have my dynamite selected, so I'll do that again. Unselect the dynamite, Shift, hold down Shift, Command D, click and drag, put it up there. So I've got a wall there. So what I want my player to do is to come down here to have to find the dynamite, and by coming down here the player is going to have to brave all sorts of hazards. Just going to put the dynamite plunger in the corner, and I'm going to add some hazards so that the player has to survive those to get to the dynamite. So next thing I want to do is delete that little block there. So I'm just going Command X, bring across my door, put it in there. All right, and that pretty much completes my level. I'm just going to put a wall there to stop my and I'll just duplicate the wall here. So holding down Shift again. Command D. Oh, did you see that error message there? That was because this door is inherited from the parents. So this is what we have to be careful about with inheritance. You can't change anything that's inherited. So you can only inherit things that are going to stay consistent. You can move them about, but you can't copy them or do too much to them. So you've got to be a bit careful about that when you're doing inherited scenes. But these I instanced in, so they're not inherited from anything. So that's good. Select them, Command D, drag them over here. Put them there. Okay, let's give it a test. Click the clapperboard. Get up there. Down here. Blow up the dynamite. You can't actually see the dynamite explode. That's a bit of a flaw, isn't it? So you might want to make that a bit shorter, that little passage. I'm going to carry on like this. When I get to the end, my door opens and I reload. So it all still works. That's good. So in the next section, we'll make it a little bit more interesting by putting in some hazards. I hope to see you there.